Hi, I'm T. Cooper. I'm a New York City makeup artist, hairstylist, and co-founder of beauty and grooming company, Metro Look. Today we're going to talk about how to French braid your hair for weave tracks. And what that is pretty much laying down the foundation for you to attach your weave track onto, or your extension onto, as it's also commonly referred to as well. What that does is it just gives you something to sew it on top of. And you can do it in all types of different patterns depending on if you're going to do it throughout your whole entire head, or if you're just going to put a few tracks in your head just for either thickening or length. So I'm just going to show you how to do a braid really quickly. Most people do cornrows, but some people do French braids, and I personally find it easier to French braid than cornrow. And you're sewing tracks on top of it, so you're not going to see the braid anyway. So as long as it's a nice neat braid, you're fine. So what you're going to need is a tail comb for sectioning, and possibly clips. So if I was doing her whole head, I would probably clip it and everything, but I'm just going to do one quick braid for you guys just to show. So what you're going to do is, when you do weave tracks, you have to think in consideration, I'm going to want to cover these tracks, so you can't just start braiding from here, because once you sew it, you're going to see. So what you need to do is like leave a little bit, just so that when you sew the track, there'll be something to hide it, and then figure out how big you want your braid to be. I like my braids to be kind of small because it lays flatter, but that's totally up to you, however you want to do it. Comb through it. That's very important when you're dealing with braiding hair at all, because if the hair is tangly, it's gonna make it a little more difficult. So I'm gonna turn it to the side so you can see, and then I'm just gonna start my braid. So you just start by taking a little section, and you start a typical 3-strand braid, but then what you start to do is pick up little pieces. So you pick up a little piece here, continue to braid, and then you take up a little piece right there. Her hair is really long, so you gotta kind of like pull it through. If it takes you a little bit longer, no problem, because you want a nice neat braid. And you just continue this process till you're done with whatever section of hair you parted. And typically I would say, usually when I do braids, I say either back comb it or use a rubber band, but since it's a weave track, you see, this is the hair I sectioned off, so I'm gonna braid it all the way down. But since it's a weave track, a lot of times what you do, you're sewing the hair down, so you really don't need to put a rubber band on it, because you're gonna be like kind of folding it. And I'll show you how you would fold it, or how I like to fold it before I sew the track on top. So you just go all the way down to the bottom. It's really important you need to go all the way down to the bottom, because you don't want hair unraveling on you. Okay, we're almost there. She's got super long hair. Okay. And as I said, like normally I would back comb it or something. You don't have to. You can if you want to. Because what I do is I kind of fold it like that, and then I sew it down so that I'll have a nice foundation to sew my track onto. I'm T. Cooper, and thank you so much for watching.